Hello children, in this lecture we will discuss metallurgy of iron. So the important ores of iron are hematite, Fe2O3, also known as red oxide of iron, limonite, Fe2O3.2H2O, and it is a hydrated oxide of iron, magnetite, Fe3O4, magnetic oxide of iron, and siderite, FeCO3. And the last ore, which is a sulfide ore, iron pyrites, FeS2. Okay, students. So iron is extracted as cast iron, which contains carbon content about 2.5 to 4.5% from hematite ore. Okay, so mainly we use hematite ore for the extraction of iron. So the first step for the extraction of iron is concentration of the ore. So the ore is crushed into small pieces and is concentrated by gravity separation process, in which it is washed with water to remove lighter impurities like sand and clay. Okay, students. So we do this in this way, and if it's required, we can use magnetic separation process also. Okay, students, for the concentration. Then second heading, calcination. So the concentrated ore is heated strongly in presence of limited supply of air in a reverberatory furnace, and the following changes will takes place. So what will be the changes there? First, moisture part which is present in the ore will be removed. Second, impurities of sulfur, phosphorus and arsenic are removed in the form of volatile oxide. So the reactions for the removal of impurities in the form of their respective oxides are as follows. S plus O2 forming sulfur dioxide is a volatile oxide. Same way phosphorus with oxygen forming phosphorus pentoxide, and arsenic with oxygen forming arsenic oxide. So all these impurities will be removed in the form of their volatile oxide under calcination process. After this, the third change which is taking place in calcination, that ferrous oxide is oxidized to ferric oxide. So ferrous oxide will be converted in the form of ferric oxide. And one more important thing is, in case of siderite ore, what happened? It will be converted into ferric oxide. So siderite ore, FeCO3, first it will converted in the form of FeO, and then under further oxidation condition it converted in Fe2O3. Okay, so this is for the siderite ore. Then last thing which is taking place in calcination process, the ore becomes porous and further process become convenient. Okay, so due to the removal of impurities, the ore becomes porous. The next process we will do smelting, and this process is the most important process in iron metallurgy. Okay, students. So smelting, the calcinite ore is reduced with carbon in blast furnace. Okay, students, blast furnace. This provided with cup and cone arrangement at the top, and tuyeres, tapping hole and slag hole at the base. Okay, students. So as you can see from here, this is the diagram of blast furnace. It is a huge cylindrical furnace which is about 30 meter in height and 5 meter in diameter, made up of steel and lined inside with the fire bricks. Okay, students, the upper and the lower parts are narrow. At the top, it has cup and cone arrangement for the introduction of the charge and an outlet for the exit of waste gases. Okay, students, so this is the outlet for the exit of waste gases. So this is the outline structure of blast furnace. So in this furnace we will do smelting process. Smelting process. So this furnace is divided in different zones on the basis of the temperature of the particular area of the blast furnace. Okay, students. So the first zone is known as combustion zone, and the temperature of this zone is about 2170 Kelvin. So at the base, coke burns to produce CO2. Due to exothermic reaction, heat produced raises the temperature to about 2200 Kelvin. Okay, students. So this combustion reaction is exothermic in nature, which is taking place in combustion zone. And due to this exothermic reaction, it producing a lot amount of heat, which maintain the temperature of this area is about 2200 Kelvin. The next is fusion zone, and the temperature of this zone is around 1570 Kelvin. So CO2 moves upwards, which CO2 which is formed here, and combines with coke to be reduced into CO. It is an endothermic reaction and decreases the temperature to about 1570 Kelvin. Okay, students, the iron produced in the upper region melts here. Any Fe2O3 is also reduced to iron by reduction. So iron which is produced in upper region will be melts here, and any Fe2O3 will reduced in the form of iron. Okay, so Fe2O3, if any Fe2O3 is left with it not converted in the form of iron, then it will be reduced in this region in the form of iron. The next zone is slag formation zone, and this is temperature of this zone is about 1270 Kelvin. Here limestone is decomposed to calcium oxide. The formula of limestone is CaCO3, which removes silica impurity to the ore as slag. So limestone first decompose, producing calcium oxide, which is further going to react with impurities in the form of basic flux. So this oxide is basic in nature, and that is why it will work here in the form of basic flux. Okay, so it will react with impurities and convert these impurities in the form of silicates, and these silicates are known as slag. The next part of the blast furnace is the reduction zone, and the temperature of this part is 500 to 875 Kelvin. The temperature near the top of the furnace is of the order of 875 Kelvin. So it is the uppermost zone of the blast furnace. The iron oxides are reduced by CO2 iron. So finally we will get iron in this zone. So what will happen? All type of iron oxides will be get reduced in the presence of CO2 in the form of iron. Okay, students, so all the type of oxides will reduce finally in the form of iron in this region. Okay, so the spongy iron produced moves down slowly and melts in the fusion zone. Okay, at the lower hotter part, the main reaction is FeO plus C, Fe plus CO. So finally we will get Fe. It dissolves some carbon, phosphorus and manganese. So this Fe will have some impurities in the form of carbon, phosphorus and manganese. Okay students, so this is the metallurgy of iron. Metallurgy of iron, and here we are having a flow chart for the metallurgy of iron. So you can just go through with this flow chart also. So hematite ore, first concentration, then calcination process, and then a smelting process inside the blast furnace. So this portion is for blast furnace. The blast furnace is having different zones. So this zone is the zone at the base side of the blast furnace, and this is the topmost zone of the blast furnace. So the sponge iron coming down from the slag formation zone here melts in this zone of fusion at about 1570 Kelvin temperature, and collects at the bottom on the hearth. So any iron oxide, if left unreacted, so far also gets reduced by coke in this zone. Which zone is this? This is fusion zone. So any impurities of silica or alumina is still left combined with lime and form fusible slag. Okay students, the slag being lighter floats over the molten iron and forms a separate layer over the molten metal in hearth. The layer of slag this layer prevents the molten metal from being oxidized. The molten metal and the slag are taken out from the furnace from time to time through separate tapping holes. So slag will be removed from this hole and the molten iron from this hole. Okay students, iron thus obtained from here is known as pig iron. It contains about 4% carbon and varying amount of sulfur, silicon, phosphorus and manganese as impurity. So pig iron is remelted in a vertical furnace heated by coke, and the molten metal is poured into molds. Iron so obtained is called cast iron. Okay students, so this is the metallurgy of iron. Thank you.